Well, it's time now for a look through today's newspapers, and I'm joined on set by Deeptika Laurent. Deepti, you're starting in India, where the parliament has passed a law that will roll back rights for transgender people, and it has been sparking quite a lot of reaction from the papers.
Yeah, that's right, Alison. You can read about it in Human Rights Watch today, which explains that India's transgender rights bill is a huge setback for transgender people in the country. It's an amendment of a 2014 law that was passed in which the government at the time recognized transgender people as a third gender. Now, under this controversial new amendment that was passed in Parliament this week, it will remove the right to self-identify and limit recognition to those defined by physical or biological traits. There are an estimated 2 billion people, transgender people in India. That number could be far higher, though. In any case, it has sparked a lot of reaction in the press today. This is from the Indian Express. Derek O'Brien, who is an Indian MP, writes that the bill will require, among other things, the mandated reporting by the medical board and local authorities in the cases of gender-affirming surgery. This says gender reassignment. This says that this will violate the principles of personal liberty and essentially impose people or force people to disclose their transgender identity. Authorities say it will better protect them, but O'Brien says in this case it will reinforce the conditions that make protection necessary for them in the first place. And the Hindu, for its part, also reports that the bill will now head to the president's office. Drupadi Murmu will have to sign off on it. To that effect, the All Indian Feminist Alliance have penned a letter to her urging her not to sign it, saying that condemning what they call the undue and unjustifiable haste with which the bill has been passed.
And Deepti, we're staying on the topic of gender because the International Olympic Committee has moved to ban transgender female athletes and others from competing in future women's Olympic events.
Yeah, that's right. The IOC's decision will ban transgender women athletes from the female category of events, beginning with the 2028 LA Olympic Games and future games afterwards. Christy Coventry, the IOC president, said it is not fair for biological males to compete in the female category. Athletes who wish to compete in the female category will have to undergo a one-time SRY masculinity gene test. This decision also extending to DSD athletes, DSD referring to differences of sexual development. Think Caster Semenya, for instance, the South African athlete who identifies as female but also has some male chromosomes too. In the Guardian's analysis today, they say that they call this decision seismic. 4.5 years ago, the IOC was hailing the participation of Laurel Hubbard, the New Zealand transgender weightlifter. Now with this decision, it has made one of the most astonishing U-turns from a governing body in modern times. It also reflects a very changed political future or atmosphere right now.
Indeed, because the White House has been hailing this decision.
Absolutely. In fact, more than just hailing, Donald Trump has been taking credit for the Olympics, banning trans athletes from competing in the LA Games. The White House press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, hailing the ruling, reminding everyone that Donald Trump issued a 2025 executive order banning transgender athletes from women's amateur sports. He's also vowed to deny visas to transgender athletes attempting to compete in the LA Games. Now, let's stay on the topic of Olympics and a quick word on Vanity Fair's new cover. This is Olympic winter skier Lindsey Vonn. After her horrific crash in Milan Cortina, she graces the cover of Vanity Fair, talking for the first time about the moments right after her accident, the pain, how she nearly lost a leg to amputation, and her long road to recovery, and also why she hasn't ruled out a comeback, Alison. That's in this month's Vanity Fair.
And finally, from you, Deepti, a follow-up to a story that I think a lot of viewers have probably seen or been following. This is about a baby macaque at a Japanese zoo who went viral for cuddling a plush toy when he was rejected by his mother. Well, he has now found love, Deepti.
Yes, that's right. Punch the Monkey had gone viral for cuddling that plush toy. It appears now, according to the Times of London, he's found love with another primate. He was seen getting cozy with another female macaque at at the Monkey Mountain enclosure. In an Oedipal twist, it appears his new lady might also look very much like his mother, Alison.
I'm very happy that he found love and perhaps a maternal replacement in his new girlfriend. Deepti, thank you so much for that look through the papers. That was Deeptika Laurent with our press review.